Here is a psychology fact you are not ready for. Most of the time, it is not other people, circumstances, or bad luck holding you back. It is you. And today, we are going to break down why your own brain is sabotaging more of your life than you think. Because if you have ever felt stuck, unmotivated, inconsistent, or constantly starting over, this harsh truth is going to hit you harder than you expect. Your brain has been lying to you, telling you you are tired, telling you it is too late, telling you you are not ready. In the next few minutes, you will finally understand why. Psychologists call this self-sabotage. Once you understand it, you will finally see why you act the way you do, especially in situations where you know what to do, but still do not do it. You know this feeling. You decide to change your life, then you procrastinate. You want to break a bad habit, then you repeat it again. You want better relationships, but you push people away. You promise yourself you will be consistent, then you fall off in a week. This is not laziness. This is not lack of discipline. This is not motivation. This is your brain running an old survival program. Most people misunderstand this. They think willpower is the problem. But deep down, your brain is doing exactly what it believes keeps you safe, even if it destroys your goals in the process. But here is where it gets even worse. Most people do not sabotage themselves because they fear failure. They sabotage themselves because they fear change. Your brain prefers a predictable misery over an unpredictable improvement. It would rather keep you in a life you do not like than risk a life you might love. That is why you repeat the same patterns. That is why your goals feel out of reach. That is why you keep saying, "I will start tomorrow." Here is the painful part. Your brain will always choose comfort over growth unless you force it to change. And most people never do. Your mind is wired for survival, not success. Comfort feels safe. Growth feels dangerous. So every time you try to level up, your brain triggers doubts, excuses, procrastination, emotional overwhelm, fake fatigue, and fear of judgment. This shows up everywhere. You start a task, suddenly you are too tired. You start healing. Suddenly you miss the person who hurt you. You start a new routine. Suddenly everything feels stressful. You get an opportunity. Suddenly you feel not ready. Your brain is trying to protect your old identity. The version of you that is insecure and afraid. Because that version is familiar, and familiar feels safe. But here is the part nobody wants to admit. Your life has not changed. Not because change is hard, but because you have been repeating the same mental patterns, expecting a different result. Your brain rewards you every time you stay the same. It gives you comfort. It gives you predictability. It gives you relief. And that is why, even when you think you are trying, nothing happens. Self-sabotage is a subconscious protection mechanism. Your brain blocks anything that threatens your current identity. It thinks new habits might fail. New goals might embarrass you. New success might change your relationships. Your brain thinks it is protecting you, but really it is keeping you stuck. You avoid opportunities. You shrink your ambitions. You stay in toxic situations. You fear trying because failing would hurt your ego. You compare yourself because staying insecure stops you from taking risks. This is why you start strong and lose consistency. This is why you talk yourself out of good ideas. This is why motivation never lasts. And the scariest part, self-sabotage does not feel like sabotage. It feels like I am tired. I will do it later. I am overwhelmed. I am not ready. But those are not truths. They are defense mechanisms. This is why you repeat the same patterns again and again. Here is the truth you have been avoiding. If you do not face it now, nothing in your life will change. Every time you choose comfort over growth, you train your brain to expect the same future. Every time you avoid discomfort, you teach your brain your dreams are not important. Every time you delay, you become the person who watches life instead of living it. If that hits you, good. It means you needed it. If you want to break this cycle, start with this: the 5-minute rule. Commit to doing the task for just 5 minutes. It removes resistance. It rewires your brain for action. Second, shift your identity. Stop trying to achieve your goals. Start being the person who achieves them. Identity drives behavior. Behavior drives results. Third, do one uncomfortable thing every day. Small, controlled, simple. You teach your brain that discomfort is not danger, it is growth. Do this for 30 days. Your mindset, your habits, and your reactions will change. Now you understand why self-sabotage controls your life, and more importantly, how to finally break it. You are not broken. You are not weak. Your brain just follows an outdated survival program. And now you know how to rewrite it. If you learned something today, imagine what happens when you understand the psychology behind your other habits too. That is what I am showing you next.